when you do create an original pattern, I recommend you start with a square. It'll be a lot easier. And use a square that's either like 1,000 pixels or 2,000 pixels square. This one was 1,000 pixels square. And what you're seeing is right here is what I painted originally. Started with just a solid background of color, and then with my brush start painting these details. But how can I make this a seamless pattern where it ends up looking like that? How do I do that? And I'll scale it so you can see that. So much flexibility. It's really powerful. It's a much bolder pattern now. How did I get that? Well, there's a little simple way to go about it, and it's called offset. So this is what I ended up doing. How did I get there? I want to duplicate this and just show you. I'm going to hide that one. Okay. In essence, what I'm going to do is take this, and it's going to be pushing it to all four sides. To do that, you go up to Filter, Other, and into Offset. It doesn't always go to the default of 500 or basically 50% of your size. It may, but remember I said you want to, let's say 1,000 pixels. So half of that will be 500 and then another 500 here. And it should be set to wrap around. In essence, what it's doing, Filter, Other, Offset, 500, 500, wraparound, very important, wraparound. It grabbed this image and positioned it uniquely in all four corners so that wherever those lines are, it matches up where it is on the other side. So now, if I wanted to, I could add elements in here. And I could. What you don't want to do is go to the edge. You can't do this because you're going to see an edge if you do that. But you can paint within the interior. So then I would define pattern. It's naming it after that. I'm going to hit cancel because I don't want to duplicate something similar to what I've already done. And then, of course, grid anew. You're going to have to fill it with a color. So doesn't matter what color I fill it with. And then pattern overlay. And the beauty of this is I can adjust the scale of it. Notice how the color underneath, right? I had that kind of yellow fill that still shows up if I adjust the opacity of the pattern overlay, which is pretty clever. Let's say you downloaded this, right? You saved it. Okay. It's already a seamless brush because that's what I looked for, and that was what I clicked on from my query. And it's like, okay, I know it's seamless, so I can just copy this. And I'm going to hide that layer. I'm just going to do this. Or better yet, let's start with a new document, 2000. Okay, paste, there it is. Okay. And what I can do is I can position this in such a way, and I'm going to zoom in a little tighter. And I could copy another one. And then of course, I'm going to have to be careful to make it match where I position it. So you can see right? So I'll get in tighter so you can see right there. It's a perfect match. If I go up too far, you can see, oh, that's not the right spot. So this is a very simple way of doing it. It's not as efficient, but clearly doable. And if I really want to save myself time, once I've got those two, I could drag that as a copy and put it down, or paste another, put that one in position, zoom in. Trying to find the edge, so I'm going to separate it. There we go. Down 1 pixel. I'm using my keyboard arrows to position it. It's easier that way. I want to get a little tighter. Maybe I'm not quite there because when I zoom out, I saw a little gap, but that might just be a screen anomaly. And I can just merge these layers. I know you can do that in Procreate, and I'll just do this. And now I'm going to drag copies down. Should position it. Notice there's a slight pattern. So the other thing I didn't mention is that you can rotate this as well. So if I go to, right, next, I could change the angle of it like so, which is really cool, the angle. This is great. It's so flexible.